This is your newsroom morning brief for Tuesday, August 12, 2025. Good morning. We continue our coverage of election campaigning across the country with promises and rebuttals dominating the political landscape. In Region 6, President Dr. Irfaan Ali has unveiled a major development plan for New Amsterdam, announcing that the decades-old market in the town will be dismantled and replaced with a modern facility. The upgrade, he said, will provide vendors and shoppers with a cleaner, more vibrant space and forms part of a broader program of infrastructure improvements over the next 5 years under a PPPC administration. The president told thousands gathered in New Amsterdam on Monday evening that residents can look forward to concrete drains, proper garbage disposal, treated water systems, community roads, recreational facilities, and other projects aimed at improving standards. He also emphasized making home and vehicle ownership more accessible, expanding the income base through part-time job opportunities, and maintaining investments in education, infrastructure, and tax relief. Safety is also a key focus for the government's plan in the region. Under the National Safe Country Initiative, every community in Region 6 will soon be outfitted with streetlights and CCTV cameras. This will be complemented by stronger policing infrastructure to help create safer environments for families.
We have tested all our plans in the township and in every single community here in New Amsterdam. We have tested every plan and we have prioritized what is it the people of New Amsterdam want. And what do you want? You want safe communities. You want your family to grow up and live in a safe environment. That is why every single light post will have street lights. You will have the CCTV cameras. And we will build out the policing infrastructure. I love you too. We will build out the policing infrastructure to support your communities. But today, our police officers can tell you that their lives have improved, their salaries have improved, their condition of work is improving. And today, there is a viable future to join the police force, join the fire service, join the army, join the health sector as doctors, join the construction sector as engineers, as pharmacists, as technologists, as nurses. Whatever you want to do, we will invest in you to ensure you realize your full dreams.
Meanwhile, the Office of the Prime Minister is pushing back strongly against claims by opposition leader Norton that a re-elected PPPC government would remove the electricity subsidies currently in place for Linden. The government insists the subsidies are secure and points to more than 13.8 billion invested since August 2020 to shield Linden, Aichuni, and Kukwani from rising fuel costs. Beyond subsidies, officials note that the US $22.58 million solar farm under construction in Linden, the largest in Guyana's history, will deliver clean, reliable energy and bolster the town's long-term economic future. The Office of the Prime Minister accused the opposition of political fearmongering and reminded residents that Region 10 has received $122.6 billion in investments during this term, compared to just $4.2 billion over 5 years under the previous APNU-AFC administration. On the crime front, Vice President Dr. Jagdeo has reaffirmed the government's commitment to tackling gold smuggling, describing it as a threat to the country's economy and miners' livelihoods. Speaking on the Starting Point podcast, Dr. Jagdeo noted that recent busts have been intelligence-led and that multi-agency task force is closing loopholes in regulations. He warned that any global sanctions on Guyana's gold sector would have far-reaching consequences for miners and the wider economy.
Clearly, the Chinese were doing some of this. And that's why about a year and a half ago, I said at the press conference, there were several sting operations. And we actually caught several of the ring. They were charged. some of these people for buying currency and shipping it out to Suriname, that group. Then you recall about these things that took place in the Letem area and in Madia, and we caught individuals. The problem is that, and a lot of these are foreign nationals. They come here, they buy the gold. Problem is when you they get bail, smuggling gold. And it's harder to charge them for money laundering offense. So we now have to strengthen the charges that we place on those people. That's one. Two, what the president said is that because of the illegal gold smuggling, it put the sector at risk because we had to fight off. We just got into office and the Canadian said, we don't want to buy gold from Guyana anymore because we're worried about contaminated gold coming into your system. At that time, when we just got in, they were worried that Venezuelan gold was coming through into our system and then being re-exported. So, and bypassing the sanctions in Venezuela. Now it's the other way around. We heard that the gold here is being smuggled into Brazil.
In law enforcement updates, Shamroy Robertson, also known as Minutes, was sentenced to 2 years in prison and fined $30,000 after being found guilty of aiding the trafficking of over a kilogram of cannabis during a 2021 operation at Ansgrove, East Coast, Demerara. Kanu says Robertson has a previous drug-related case dating back to 2016, which is still pending before the High Court. And police are probing a shooting incident at Providence, East Bank, Demerara, in which 23-year-old minor Randy Bacchus sustained a gunshot wound to his thigh. Bacchus, who was visiting from Bartica, has provided conflicting accounts of what transpired and indicated he does not wish to pursue the matter. 2 spent shells were recovered from the scene and investigations continue. That's your Newsroom Morning Brief for Tuesday, August 12. Stay with us for more updates throughout the day.